Welcome back to Wives on the Island. I'm Alyssa.
And I'm Jessica. And today we are going to catch up with each other. We're going to discuss solo parenting as our parenting topic. And then we're going to talk about Love Island and Justin Bieber. So, how have you been?
Good. As you know, I went to the Beyonce concert on Friday, which I wasn't going to. My husband was gifted tickets to the concert from work, which Jessica also works at. And I was like, my husband's like, I don't want to go. And I was like, okay, can you give them to me so I can go with Jessica? And he did ask, by the way, and they said that they could not be. Yeah.
I know.
Yeah. So they were like, no. And then I had friends coming in. So I was like, you know what? I'm not going to go if you're not going to go. And then last minute, he was like, I am going to go just to network and stuff. And then I was like, texting my friend and I said, are we 100% hang out Friday night? And she was like, hard to say 100%, but maybe we'll go out after. And I was like, wait, okay, if my husband goes to the concert and then you guys are going to go out, I have to watch the kids. So, like, I was going to host dinner, the seafood boil. So I was like, I'm not getting left home alone. There's no way that's happening. So I texted my babysitter. I was like, are you free Friday night? And she said, yes. I said, I'm going to this concert. And I'm actually really glad I did. I mean, originally I was only going for the food and drinks, which I got, but it was actually a really good production. And even though it was a country album, it wasn't that country because you know when you go to a concert though, and even I listened to some of the album and I was like, okay, this is a little too country vibes for me. It's not like full on country, but when you go to a concert, they don't always like sing the song. They don't, do the song the same way that it's on the album, which in this case I liked because I didn't really like it on the album. I liked it in the concert. And I was like, oh, maybe I'll give it a listen. But no, it was actually really good. I'm really happy that I went. And she's such a great performer. I've seen her before. This just wasn't this album wasn't my cup of tea, but it actually was really cool. I enjoyed it. And I've just
had fun. I love her. So
yeah, they had bottomless popcorn in the suite, and I was like, this is all I need in life.
The best.
Yeah.
The sweet food is wonderful. It's like, you can't beat it.
They had crab claws, they had fried chicken, they had it was just so good. Like barbecue nachos. It was good. It was really good. I enjoyed it. And then Sunday, I did a boat day with my friends. And honestly, I feel like every time we go on the boat, because my husband's in a boat club, I feel like every time we go on the boat, it's like I'm wrangling kids to keep them in the seat while we go. And we're trying to find a little beach, and then it's really cold. And then I'm like, I'm not going in this cold water. And then my daughter poops. And then it's just like a whole big production.
Right.
And this weekend, I was a little nervous because my friends were like, can we go at 11:30, which is not a great time for my daughter because she goes to nap at 1. And I'm like, oh. But I was like, let me roll the dice. I need to kind of work around them. And Jess, it was the best boat day that we've had.
Really?
All year. Yeah, we did a different boat and it had this huge bed basically, like a lounger, and the kids loved it. They were sitting there, they were eating their food, they were just having the time of their lives. And we found a nice beach. The water was warm, so I was like, okay, we'll go in there. And it was just a beautiful day. So I was like, oh my god, I actually enjoyed this boat day. Usually I'm just get me back to the shore. I don't care, but I really enjoyed it. We got sandwiches, which funny that your daughter works at Jersey Mike's. My friend ordered from Jimmy John's. Jimmy John's needs to take a lesson out of Mike's page, because Jersey Mike is they're a bad boy sandwich. This was the saddest looking sandwich I've ever seen. I was it was literally a noodle of a bread with the meat shoved in there. And I was like, the bread, the bread's the first thing you touch. You got to have good bread. And Jersey Mike's knows how to do good bread. And Jimmy John's
I'm going to be honest, I've never really been a fan of Jimmy John's bread. It's like
You're
a
not
baguette,
missing much.
and I don't like a baguette. I'm not a fan of that. And usually when if I'm going to do Jimmy John's, I do their lettuce wrap, like the unwich or whatever it's called, or whatever that is. That's what because I don't like their bread. So I'm like, I'll just get it in lettuce.
It was my first time having Jimmy John's. Like I said, I'm a Jersey Mike's girl, and
me too.
It's just closer to me anyway, so I've never had the opportunity to go to a Jimmy John's, and I would like an unwich probably, and I did, but I was splitting it with my husband for the boat, so like he wouldn't have wanted that. So I just got like a regular Italian with regular bread, but it was like also white bread, which I guess it was my fault. I didn't specify to my friend I wanted wheat because I only do like.
I think they
wheat.
only have white, don't they? Only have
I
white?
guess I don't know. Problem solved then. So I didn't have a choice. But yeah, it was just like I literally was eating it, and like while it was okay, I was just like, I can't believe they sell this when they have like Jersey Mike's. Like people buy this over Jersey Mike's.
Yeah,
Like,
people love Jimmy John's, and I didn't know that until we moved here.
no.
That's like everybody's go-to. They're like, "Oh, I'm going to Jimmy John's. Oh, I'm going," and I'm like, I'd rather have Subway over Jimmy John's. And
True.
you know what I mean, like because of the bread. My younger daughter was like, because she likes working at Jersey Mike's, but I don't know if I told you, but she's not allowed to cut the meat because she has to be 18.
Yeah.
So she's like, I just stand there and put on toppings. And she was like, if I worked at Subway, I would just be able to put the meat on the sandwich.
That's very
like,
true.
You are right, you know, and so.
But she needs to work at an authentic, a place with a good name, you know?
Yes.
And
yeah.
that's what
and
Jersey Mike's
is. That place. Yeah.
Jersey Mike's sponsor us.
And they're good. I know. we're
You already employ one of us.
Yeah, one of our children works there. So, and you have two more that are coming up that can work there when they get a little older.
For sure.
She actually, I was like, "What'd you have for dinner today?" Because she worked, and she was like, "Oh, I made a sub before I left," and I was like, "Oh, isn't that nice? Mom would have liked a sub." You didn't
I was
ask
just
Mom
gonna
if she
say,
wanted a sub.
where's
I
mine?
had
Yeah.
leftovers. Thanks.
That's so funny. Yeah, but it was just interesting experience when, you know, suggest it. Boat day was great, and then today I just had a busy day, soccer camp, play day with my daughter, swim lessons. It was,
Oh wow.
yeah, it was crazy. So I'm happy to be ending my day, and like we'll have a easier day tomorrow.
Yeah,
And how are
that's
you
good.
doing?
I'm doing good. You know, same old here. I just work and rest on the weekends. But this weekend, my youngest daughter passed her driver's test, and so she now has her license. She drove herself to work today, which thankfully I
man.
didn't know that she
Oh.
was driving herself to work. I saw her, and I was like, I noticed that she was still in the house, and I was like, usually you and your sister leave for work by now. And so she's like, yeah, I'm leaving. And I was like, okay. And then she texts me, and she was like, oh, I made it here on time. And I was like, oh, so is your sister heading back? And she was like, no, she works at 6 tonight, so I drove myself to work. And I was like, you what?
So she just like took authority and just like,
No,
or did your husband
I
say okay?
I think my husband talked to her about it, yeah. And
Oh
my
my
oldest
gosh.
daughter was like, that's not fair. I wasn't allowed to drive until I had the plastic driver's license. Like, so, you know, when you go and get your license, you get the paper first. Yeah. And so my oldest is like, Dad didn't let me drive until I had the plastic.
Oh my
And
God.
I was like, hey, it's easier, though, to let her just do it on her own. And then, so my youngest, when she got home, I was like, so how'd you do? And she goes, it's a little scary at first being in the car by myself. And I was like, aw.
Aw.
And then
It
she's
is
like, but then I got
scary.
over it. And I said, okay.
Yeah. Oh my God. I wonder if she felt so cool, like rolling up to work, like just drove myself. Like, I wonder, and what car is she driving? Did you get her a car?
No. So her and my other daughter will share the Kia that we have. And then so
Gotcha.
when my older daughter goes to college, she won't take the car.
Gotcha.
I mean, she's staying on campus, so she doesn't need to take the car. But that way my younger daughter can drive to school and do what she needs to do.
Gotcha. Nice. That is scary though.
Yeah, it was, but I was like really happy that I didn't know that she was driving, because I would have been like on
Yeah.
Life 360 watching her. And
Yeah.
like, oh, she went a little too fast. She didn't go. Because I've only driven with her once.
So
like
you've
this
said.
whole time. Yeah. So I was like, and she took a really wide turn, and I was scared. And I was like, okay, well, you know. But, you know, I guess if my husband thinks she can do it, she did it.
I mean, your husband
I
is
think-
very, I feel like, cautious. So if he feels confident in her, I feel like that she'll be fine.
Yeah. And then my older one is doing this, her first time doing like the clothes at her place. So she went to work at 6 and she gets off at 10:30. And as a mom, I try to stay up until my kids
Yes.
get home, but I am not tonight. I'm exhausted. So
Yeah.
I'm like
Yeah.
I'll put my sound on. I'm that mom who has their phone on do not disturb, but I do have my child on, like it rings through because it's her. But
Yeah, like the emergency.
yeah. So,
Got-
but I am that mom who keeps it's on silent all the time.
So do you want
So
to share your
Oh yes. So thanks to you, I tried the Chill House. Oh, what was this
yeah,
called? A New Day? Is that what it's
born
called? A New
day?
Day? Born Day. That's it. A New Day.
Yes.
A Born Day. So I did my square, but I will. I did buy. So I bought the square and I bought the almond because you told me to try almond. So I went with what I know, but I will do the almond shape when these come off.
Yay. I do like the
So.
square though, so like
Yeah, I'm a big square girl. I've
yeah.
always been. I know it's old, but almond scares me. Almond and stiletto, anything pointy scares me. Like I might stab
Yeah,
myself or something like
no.
that.
These are
You don't?
no, these are like they're a little rounded on the top. They're not like super pointy. I mean,
Okay.
I'm actually going to see you on Thursday, so you
Yes, I
can see
know.
them
I'm
in
so excited.
person. Me too.
Okay.
So yeah, they're not like honestly. Sometimes I am. Obviously, it will be different with press-ons, but when I used to
Right.
get my square nails done, I feel like the edges, like the corners of the square, would like
Yeah,
really
sometimes
sharp.
they get you.
Yeah, like so here you don't have that, but no, I really like it, and thank you for to Chill House for like liking
Yes.
our mentions. Feel
Yes,
free to
and
sponsor
I
soon.
bought them so we could try. And
Yes.
I like them so far. I mean, I'm on day one, so we'll
Yes.
see. We'll see.
Yeah, but so this is like an unbiased, like both of us have tried them, and I like I said, love having cute nails, so I'm glad you tried them because like it's just way too much time to go sit in a salon, way too much money,
is.
honestly, is
I don't
number
have time.
one.
But I don't have time to sit there. I'm tired all the time. I'm not sitting there.
Yeah.
I'd fall asleep or I just, I have other things to do. So I
Yeah.
do love a good press on.
Yeah,
And I
it
hate
only
painting my own nails.
Yeah, it only takes like depending on what you're doing, the speed, whatever, 20, 30 minutes max. And like you can listen to a podcast like hours while you're doing them.
Yes, you can. I was watching a documentary, so
Oh, see? Okay, well, don't plug that documentary.
for what it was. I think it was I don't even it was I don't remember what documentary it was. It was a murder documentary. Was it the American Family or something about the? Did you see that on Netflix about the girl who became? She was an au pair to this Irish guy. So this guy was married and had 2 kids, and his wife died of an asthma attack. And he needed somebody to watch the kids, but he lived in Ireland, so he got an au pair. But the au pair was actually American from I don't know, Tennessee or something like that. And she came and I guess they fell in love.
Mm-hmm.
And she like raised the kids, and so they got married in Ireland and decided to move back to America. And I don't know, they were in America for maybe a year or two. And I guess there were issues, and her father killed him.
Oh, I was literally not expecting you to say that.
Yeah.
I literally
Her
thought you
father
were going to
killed
say
him.
he killed her.
Nope. The father said that he came in the room. He heard bumping and thumping from because him and his wife were in the basement, and he heard screaming, bumping and thumping, and he came up the steps and he grabbed a bat on his way up the steps, and he saw the guy choking her, so he hit him with a bat. And then she had a brick by her nightstand table, which is just odd to me.
Okay.
Who has a brick on their nightstand table? And she beat him with a brick. And like, I don't know. I don't know because
About which part?
every fiber of my being is they killed him and it was a plan. Her dad was in the FBI for like years, and like when he went into interrogation, he was like really like calm, cool, and collective. But it's like the story didn't make sense. Like
Yeah.
if they were like when he saw me come in, he ended up like hooking her around the neck and he had her in front of him. Then how'd you hit him in the back of the head with a bat?
True.
You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
but then, and then they tried to get custody of the kids.
Oh my goodness.
Like, even though in the dad's will, like, if anything happened to him, the kids were supposed to go to his sister and her husband, who lived back in Ireland.
Yeah.
And the sister and brother or brother-in-law had to, like, fight to get the kids back.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and she was a little cuckoo. She told
Yeah.
some of the people that she gave birth to the daughter, even though everybody knew that she didn't. But the daughter looked exactly like her. It was very weird.
You're selling
very
this. I gotta watch it.
Yeah, you got to watch it. It was very good.
Yeah.
It's like the American Murder Family or something. I don't know.
Netflix?
Something. But yeah, I was into it. So on Netflix, yeah. So I
Yeah.
was like literally like, watching the TV count into 30.
Yeah, so that 30 seconds went by real quick then. Perfect.
Yeah, because I was into it. So, yep, so it was a good one. But so thank you, Chill House. I'm, like I said, we'll see how it goes. I hope that they last at least close to a week.
Yeah. I think so. I think it will.
That would be my hope.
Also, one more thing I wanted to tell you. So I went to the Battery Saturday night with my friends, and we went to PBR. And Jessica, I felt so out of place. Like, I felt, just because, like, all of them are, I guess, like, now? Yeah, like, but my friends are the same age as me. And I don't even know. So we go there, and apparently they went there the night before, like while I was at the Beyonce concert, and just like show our one friend who's never been to Atlanta before it. And they were like, it's like calm and cool, like it was like a good vibe. But if, like they had that outside part, they closed that down. I guess they're renovating, so it was like half of the bars closed, and there were so many people there.
Is the bowl still there?
The bowl was still there, yes. But honestly, that would have cleared up a lot of room. And we did not ride it because my friend has like a torn ACL, and the other one just had like foot surgery, and then my other one was like, absolutely not, never wanted to ride this thing in the first place. And I was like, do I like be the MVP and like really bring up the mood of the night and like go on the bowl? And then I look over, and whoever controlled, just know there are whipping people off of that bowl. Like literally, I did not see one soft landing. All of them were like,
really?
Like just being thrown around. Like, and I was like, yeah, I'm not trying to get hurt tonight. Yeah, I just felt very out of place. Like we got there, the music was so loud, which I don't have a problem with, but the music like wasn't my vibe. Like it was just, I didn't know the words, I didn't know the song, so it was just like, we were all standing there, and we like got there, and all my friends like stood in a line, and we weren't talking to each other, and even if we wanted to, the music was too loud, we couldn't hear it. And then it's like, I'm not looking for guys, so like, where am I looking? Like, I was like, thankfully the UFC fight was on, because I was watching, so I just like started watching that, because like I was like, I don't know where to look. And I wasn't drinking because like I had to get up. We were doing the boat day the next morning, and I did have a drink at dinner, and I didn't want to feel so bloated, so then I just like was chugging my club sodas with lime, and I was just like, can we go home? And I had an espresso before to like try to wake me up, and it gave me a headache, if anything. So I was like, I need to get out of here. And then there were these guys, and listen, you can carry in Georgia, and I don't think you can bring it into like a bar like that, but like, who knows? And there were these guys there, and their pockets were looking a little big, and they were on the phone. And like I mentioned, you cannot hear a word. You can't even hear your friends talking to each other. So like, I was like, why are you on the phone? And there were two of them, and they weren't talking to anybody. They were just standing there smoking a cigarette in the bar. And I was like so close to be like, I gotta leave. Like, I just don't feel safe right now. And it's probably just like me having like an intrusive thought and then just like spiraling off of that. It's probably fine. But then they left. So I was like, okay. But then I was like, but why'd they leave? Do I leave? And then luckily I was like at 12:30, I was like, I'm gonna head out. And she's like, yeah, I'm over this. And I was like, okay, are you going home? Or are we going somewhere else? And she's like, no, I just want to go home. And I was like, perfect. So it wasn't that late of a night. And then yeah, but like just going out at a place like that was so not my scene. And I feel like if we went somewhere else and the music was better, it could have been our scene. But
you could have tried remember when we went and there was that Spanish place?
Yes, the line was out the door, Jess. Like way out. Yeah,
it was. That was our spot.
Yeah, but none of them liked that. Like, they don't like that stuff. So it was like, it would have been just me that would have been into it, which would have made it not fun. Yeah. So, yeah, just not my scene anymore. But I had to update you on the PBR.
Isn't that crazy? The PBR. Yeah. I wish you rode the bull.
I know. One day.
We'll go there and we could do it together. I'll do it with you. You know I
love that. Both of us on the bowl together. Let's get into our topic.
So solo parenting. So I guess what we mean by solo parenting is not us being a single parent, but more being a single parent while married is kind of what solo parenting is. So I know for me, I did a lot of solo parenting when my husband traveled. My husband traveled a lot, and there was a lot of solo parenting going on, and it was super hard. And I know that you're kind of this way, and we were very strict, and my children were always on a schedule. Like there was, it's, like they have their bedtime every night, they have all of this stuff. But when you're solo parenting, you try very hard to stick to that schedule. But when we moved to Atlanta, it was easier when we were in Jersey to do solo parenting because I wasn't working every day.
Yeah.
And on the days that I did work, I was able to get to my kids faster. I lived like a half a mile away from the job when we were in Jersey.
Wow.
But here, even if you live a half a mile, it's like 30 minutes. But I don't live a half a mile. So I would get off work at 5 and I would have to figure out how I was going to get my kids by 6:15 the latest. So that was hard. And then you think about it, when we lived in Marietta, my kids went to YMCA camp after school. And so they went to there for a little bit, and then we did the after school program, but they don't actually help your kids with homework. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like I would get home, and now I had to do homework with 2 children.
Yeah, that's a lot.
And my youngest has ADHD, and that's hard to try to wrangle her because her medicine has worn off by the time we're home. Then on top of that, it's making dinner, then making sure that they shower, and then getting them in bed at a decent time, then getting myself in bed, and then having to do it all in the morning with no help whatsoever because my husband is traveling. So it's so hard, and I hate to say it's single parent. It's like being a single parent, but it really is. I mean, when my husband's home, he's helpful. I don't have a husband that doesn't know what he's doing. My husband gets them dressed. He helps with homework. He does everything that needs to be done. And I don't have to ask him to do it. But when he's not there, with 2 kids, it's a struggle. It is,
For sure.
is a struggle. And it's, it is solo parenting. And, I don't think that people realize how much harder it is when the spouse isn't there.
Yeah.
So I give props to single parents all the time because I would die if I had to do that every day.
Every single
I mean,
day,
I would get it done, but it would be I don't know how they function because I'm exhausted and I'm in a 2-parent household and I'm exhausted.
Exactly. No, I'm the same way. My husband travels for work as well, and there have been a couple times where like family events, like when I was very postpartum, like 2 months postpartum, my daughter, his first cousin was getting married, so he went and because it's first cousin. Grew up with him and went to his wedding. It was only he was gone maybe 2.5 days, but with work week, there's a good chunk. And we do try to stick to a schedule, and it's hard because my husband is also very helpful with the kids. Like he is so I see so many of these Instagram posts that it's like, parenting isn't hard because I didn't marry a effing loser. And I always want to share them, but I feel like the effing loser part is so harsh that I'm like, listen, just because your husband doesn't really help out that much, I don't want to call him a loser, but right. But that's how I feel to the perspective of my husband truly is such a hands-on father that solo parenting is so much harder because he has, set the bar so high and be like, I got your back. We're truly a team. So it's definitely hard to be you can't be 2 places at one. No. But with, having an older child, and what's the age gap between your kids?
They're 2 years apart. Well,
2
a little
years?
less than 2 years, but around 2 years. Yeah.
Okay. So mine are a little less than 3 years, and I feel like my son now, obviously it was harder when he was when my daughter was in the 0 to 1 and even 1 to 2, early 1 to 2, and then, my son was only 3 years older. But now, as we're now 2 and almost 5, it's gotten easier because my son is really helpful with me, but it's still so hard because he's not a parent. He's still the child. Right. He still has these things where, he wants what he wants, gives me a little bit of attitude, things like that. So, but it's so hard. And I think having your husband come home at the end of the day and just give you 5 minutes, and I get it, they worked all day too, but they're still they know that they're a father no matter whether they worked or not, and so they help out. Right. But it's just I love when I'm solo parenting, girl dinnering it up, and I'm breakfast for dinner. That's our cheat sheet. I'm like, oh, do you guys want oatmeal in the morning? And I make a good oatmeal on the stove. And then I'm like, well, we didn't have eggs today, so guess what we're having for dinner? We're having eggs and toast and, fruit and stuff. So then I'm I only have to think about lunch, And even if they're in school, I just pack it. But it's just then at the end of the day, you're so dead. and you're like, all right, I'm not doing anything for the rest of the day. I don't have a husband that I have to like entertain and talk to. So,
Right.
but yeah,
That's
it's
like,
hard.
that is the bonus. It's the food because I'll eat popcorn or soup or something.
Tell
I
him
don't
what you
have to
eat.
worry.
Tell him what you
Oh,
eat.
so at least one time, every time my husband travels, I have one day where I do the Tostino pizza rolls and a Coke. Like, that is my go-to meal.
Yes.
Just once. I don't do it every day.
Yeah.
It's just one day out of the time that my husband travels. I do the Tostino pizza rolls. And my fat butt used to do the 50-pack. And I'd eat all 50 of those suckers. So he actually just traveled, like, maybe, like, I don't know, 3 or 4 weeks ago. And I was, like, so psyched. I did. But I did because I'm trying to, like, watch my weight and lose my weight. So I got the 15-pack. So I got 2 of them. So I had 30 of them. Melissa, they weren't good.
That's the
Like,
worst.
I don't know if they weren't good because they weren't good, because I feel like they tasted what they always taste like, or
Yeah.
if, like, my taste buds are changing and I just didn't like them.
Yeah.
Like, I think I ate like 10. I ate 10 and I was like, I'm over it.
I hate when you're craving something and you're like, ooh, this is going to hit the spot, and then
Yes,
it
and
doesn't. It's
I
so
was like,
disappointing.
And I mean, like, to the point where I shared it with my kids. And I was like, I never share. Like, Alyssa, when I tell you that I wait till for them to go to bed. I put it in the oven. I bring it upstairs and I watch my show and I drink my my Coke, and I eat my Tostino pizza roll and I burn my mouth every time. Like, it's just how it is. And I was so devastated. I was like, I went downstairs and shared it with my kids.
That's
I was like, thank God I didn't get the 50-pack because I wouldn't have eaten it. And then part of me was like, well, does it taste bad because it came in a cardboard box instead of the bag? Like, do I need to buy the 50-bag?
That's like literally
But
my
I shouldn't
mind.
eat all 50 of them. That's a lot of calories. Like, I didn't realize it when I was eating them.
But just you can only open like, the bag and only eat like 20 or 30.
Yeah, but
and
the
then
whole
see
point
it.
is to eat it while my husband's gone, and then I would have it 2
But then
nights, and you know what I mean? Like,
But your husband like travels often. Maybe like you save it for the next time they travel.
I could have. I never think about that. I liked him. But I don't. But I'm scared because I didn't like it. And I was like,
Yeah.
are my taste buds changing, or is it just...
After this experience, do you think that you'll change? Maybe you'll try a pizza bagel.
No, I don't like pizza bagels. I don't
Okay.
like those. I'm very Tostino pizza rolls. I think I might just do Chipotle. I might just go get a bowl of Chipotle.
That's not a real cheat meal though. But
It's
yeah.
not, because I don't put rice in my Chipotle bowls or anything like that. So
Okay, well
yeah,
then
I
you
don't
could
know.
put rice in it
I could
and
put
call it
rice
your
in
cheat
it,
meal.
yeah. But no, I don't. Maybe I'll go to. Oh, you know what? Maybe I'll go to Taco Bell and get a chicken quesadilla with it. I love their chicken quesadillas. So maybe that'll be my cheat meal.
My husband likes a chicken
But-
quesadilla. I'm a hardcore Crunchwrap Supreme girl. I love a Crunchwrap Supreme. It's like
I don't think I've ever had one. I want to try it. I really go there for the. I know. I really go there for the chips and dip. I love their cheese. I know it's.
I don't think
fake
I've had-
and God knows.
I literally
Like,
I've never had anything other than the Crunchwrap Supreme.
Really?
Actually, I
I
lied.
like
I've had like the regular taco, like the Supreme ones.
Yeah,
But,
we
you
do
know.
the box sometimes. Like, if the girls, like, we did it a lot. That was another thing that we did, because when we were married, my kids were in sports.
Mm-hmm.
So I would, on my way home, if I was solo parenting, I would grab a box of tacos from Taco
Yeah.
Bell, and that would be dinner when we got home. Because
Yeah.
it's easy. It was already made, and then they had 3, and we went upstairs. You know what I mean? They went and
Yeah.
showered.
That is definitely the cheat sheet. It's like girl dinner, breakfast for dinner, or like we eat out, like a Chick-fil-A,
Yeah.
Taco Bell, Chipotle kind of deal. Like you gotta, especially if I feel like if your husband's gone for a week, you have to break it up. Like you cook
Yeah.
one night and maybe you have leftovers the next, and then you do like a takeout, and then you have breakfast for dinner, and then you have like a girl dinner, kind of deal.
Yep.
It's like you need to like get creative, but also like keep your sanity of like you're not feeding your kids
Right,
the
because
same
you can't
thing
be
every
cooking
day.
all day. You just
Exactly.
can't do that. You can't.
Yeah.
They can't have a new meal every day. So yeah, but solo
Especially
parenting
when
is
you're
hard.
Yeah, because you're entertaining 24/7, literally from the minute they wake up, from the minute they go to sleep. Like it's hard.
It is. It's hard. It's a lot, and then it's just you, because I know, like, when I was a stay-at-home mom and he traveled, that was a struggle too, because then you're all by yourself. Like, you're
Yeah.
literally, there is no adult. At least when you work from home and your husband or you work, your husband travels, you have adult interaction at work.
Yeah.
It's just the timing of everything, like getting off of work on time, making sure that you make it, because in Atlanta traffic, it could take you 10 minutes to get home, it could take you 2 hours to get home, you never know, depending on what's going on. And it gets so hard. It's not hard now because my kids take care of themselves and they make their own dinner and stuff, but I remember just struggling so hard when they were younger.
Yeah, and that's why I thought it would be a good topic, because yes, I do it here and there. Like, my husband doesn't travel as much as yours does and did, and that's why I was like, you could totally relate to it, because I'm going through it now, but you have gone through it so much as your time as a mom that you could definitely speak to it. So yeah, it's no easy feat, and sometimes I do feel like sometimes your kids are a little like, don't you find like sometimes, and not all the time, but sometimes they're like just a little better. They're like, this is easy, I could do this again, because it's like they're not looking for that other parent to like, well, dad said this, can I have this? No. And then they ask like, there's no like other person to feed off of, like it's just you. So sometimes I do feel like it's like, oh my God, they were so good. I will never forget when my husband went to Germany, and he was gone from Sunday to Thursday, and he had his trip, like he made it that short, so I wouldn't be home with the like kids while they were so young and for that period of time. But the kids were so good, like so good. I was so shocked. I was so happy. I was so proud of them. And then literally the day he came home, my daughter threw up, and we had to take her to the doctor. And like, I don't know what, obviously
you were like, you guys were fine this whole time.
Yeah. And I was like, oh my God, thank God you came home like at this time, and you didn't stay longer. But yeah, they always just like something in the universe, like their center core is just like, I gotta be good for mom. Not all the time, but
no,
most
not all
of
the
the
time. But you're right though. Sometimes it is easier. Like sometimes it's not as much like back talk, or that it's just not. Yeah. That it is, but like I said, solo parenting's hard, and it's especially when they're traveling, and it's just hard because it's a different routine. I mean, even though you're doing the same thing, you don't have your, like you said, your teammate to do it with.
For sure. Yeah.
Okay.
That's solo parenting for you.
That's solo parenting for you. So let's get into it. You wanted to discuss Love Island.
Yes, because it's on the tip of everybody's tongue. Like, all I hear, and I haven't seen a single episode, never have. Honestly, never will. Never will. But my TikTok is feeding me. Like, I basically have seen the whole season, I would say, through TikTok clips. Like, I know all the names. Like, Huda is all over my For You page. She is twerking. She's headstands, shaking her legs. Like, I've seen it all, and I low-key love her. But just
I like her through TikToks, but from what I've what I've heard other people say about her, it seems like she might be a little toxic. Yeah.
I love the solo part of her, and but then I see the clips where she's talking to the guys, and I'm like, and the whole like, I'm a mommy. Like, why did she say I'm a mommy? Just be like, I'm a mom.
I have no idea.
And even when she said I'm a mommy, and the guy repeated back, a mommy, and she goes, yeah, I'm a mom. And then he goes, Mamacita, and then he goes to, of what, a dog? It's not like she only said I'm a mommy to make it like fun, like I'm a mommy. Like, she also just basically said I'm a mom. Why would you say of a dog? Like, what was going through that man's mind of a dog?
Couldn't fathom somebody has a child. I don't know. Maybe
literally,
they're like 12. Maybe that's why.
She's 24. I mean, you have your daughter.
Some of the kids are not. I know. I had my child at 21, but But I also got married. Like, I wasn't on Love Island.
I don't think they were married. She was 19. But but it's like, I mean, teen pregnancy is a thing. It's like, the fact that he said of a dog, I was like,
but let's be honest, with the way that things have been progressing lately, they say that people don't want kids, so they have dogs, and they like take care of their. So there are people. I mean, I've had to sign Father's Day cards for people who have dogs. Yeah. So I mean, people, in his mind, it made sense to him.
Yeah. To each their own. But but it's on everybody's mind. I know last season, again, haven't seen a single season. Actually, I watched an episode last season. A lot of the people there, it was just like apparently like one of those reality like casts where you just hit gold. Everybody had great relationships with each other. A lot of the couples are still, like, 3 of them are still together. It was, and actually Odell Beckham Jr.'s brother won the season and is still with his girlfriend. He was on that show. Yeah, so like fun fact. But yeah, it was just like so I think now that so there's Love Island UK and that was really popular, and then Love Island USA, but it just never like took off until last season. And I feel like from what I've seen on TikTok and whatnot, a lot of the people that were on this season were already like micro influencers, so they already had a following. It's like, were they here for the right reason? And the reason I want to talk to you about that is because, like, should influencers be on reality shows? Like, to what extent do you be like yes or no? Like, I mean, I feel like you can't just pick a bunch of nobodies because how do you draw people in?
You can't pick nobodies. That's how it was.
Yeah.
And think about it. When The Bachelor started, it was nobodies. When it, like, all of that stuff, it was nobodies, and that made them famous. But I see what you're saying. Like, does it change the outcome of the show? Because are you there? Are you really there to? I mean, honestly, if you're on Love Island, are you there for real love? Or are you there to have sex? You know what I mean? Like, let's be honest. It's it's a bunch of young people that look wonderful in bathing suits, running around in bathing suits, and they're sleeping with each other every 5 minutes. So they're not really there for love anyway. I mean, I mean, like you said, last season, they seemed to, I mean, if 3 of them are still together, then they actually did find love, and that was good. But yeah, because from what I heard, I only knew Huda was a influencer. They were talking about how she did like, she was like a fitness influencer, but then she has a BBL and like all this work done.
No, she does not have a BBL. Like, you can always.
She does.
No, I don't think so.
If you go look at her TikToks,
I will. But I've seen like she has done a lot of.
I don't think
fitness.
It's not Kardashian BBL. Like they say, Lori Harvey has a BBL.
She has a skinny BBL, but like she's skinny to begin with. Like
Huda could have a skinny BBL.
I don't know, her thighs, you can always tell by the thighs, like if they're proportionate to the butt. Like, if you have
okay, so I didn't look at her that much. I mean, I did see her when Meg Thee Stallion was on, and she was doing her.
No, her thighs are big. You know how, like, the Kardashians, like, obviously they all have BBLs, and their thighs are like this, and then they have these big,
they look like wisdom teeth.
Yes.
Yeah.
She doesn't have that. Her thighs are thick. She has a little bit of cellulite. There's nothing wrong with that. Coming from a girl with a lot of cellulite. Like, she has cellulite. Like, she's real. Like, I'm telling you, go look at her Instagram.
Okay, well, maybe she doesn't. But like I said, I saw her.
There were a lot of people that were.
Fitness things. And I was like, oh, she's changed. You know what I mean? Like.
Yeah, she's done, like, the progression videos and stuff like that. But I really think that, like, people, like, come on Love Island not to find love. But, like, and I think the girl Sierra, who got kicked off because she said a racial slur, her friend was like on a live talking about it, and it's like, even if she doesn't win, she'll get like a brand deal or something from it. And I think that's why people go on it, because they want that exposure. Yeah.
Well, they said that, I think it was Sierra. I know 2 people got kicked off.
Yes, right away.
For racial slurs. So I don't know if it was the first girl or if it was Sierra, but one of her friends, one of the girl's friends, like I said, I don't know which one, said that like she was obsessed with Love Island. Like, her birthday party was Love Island themed. Like, her goal was to be on Love Island. She watched all the other Love Islands, and she studied them, and she even met some of the people so that she could know what to do.
I think it was Sierra. Yeah.
It was Sierra? Okay.
I think so.
Yeah. And I think that's a little cray-cray.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't judge, because I wanted to be on, like, the room makeover shows. You know what I mean? Like, where they come in and, like, make over your house.
That's a little
different.
like,
I wanted to be on that kind of reality show. But,
Yeah, but they, like, no offense, from your room reality show, you're not going to get brand deals and stuff from that.
No, I'm
probably.
Not. No.
But from Love Island, you will.
We were
exactly.
You know what I mean? It wasn't.
Yeah, it wasn't
a brand
deal.
Wasn't a thing.
Yeah, but I'm curious how now, like, the people coming out of the show, because like a lot of people just got a lot of hate this season. They thought like, oh, all these people are here for the wrong reasons. I bet all these. So at the end of Love Island, they pick a couple to win, and this, I guess it's not really a spoiler alert. This will come out at the end of the week, and it's already been announced. But Amaya and Brian won the season. And last year I saw a clip of how they did it. It's like only one person actually wins the money, and they choose if they want to keep it for themselves or if they want to share it with their partner. And they always, share. I mean, I don't want to say that.
Do they always share?
I don't know. Let me take that back. Last year, I know that they shared it, obviously, and like I said, still together, and I believe that they shared it this time. But I saw like clips like, this will be the first season where like I know these people will just take the money. Like if there was a couple, Ace and Shelly, they were like, if Ace wins the money, like he's gonna keep it for himself, he's not gonna share it with Shelly. And that was another thing, like apparently this couple, Ace and Shelly, they apparently knew each other before going on the show, and they were already like low-key in a relationship, so like they swindled their way. But I don't know if there's any validity to that, but I think they did know each other, and they were like, oh, we were just like in the same circle. And even Shelly and Amaya knew each other because they were both models in New York and stuff. So it was just like odd casting, I feel like, from the racial slurs in the past.
Now, I thought
people
that
knowing
Amaya was a nurse.
I don't think
She's not a nurse. Oh,
maybe
she's not. I'm not gonna lie.
know.
The clips I saw of her, I don't know that I'd want her to be my nurse.
I don't
just
think
the
so.
way
I mean,
that she spoke, like the way that the words that came out of her mouth, I was like,
yeah.
But I do have to say, I do have family members who grew up speaking two languages, and they definitely mispronounce a lot of English words incorrectly.
That's a good point.
I was trying very hard not to judge her because, but
that is a good point.
You know who she reminded me of, though? Like, just from the clips I've seen, she reminded me of Cardi. Like, the outrageous stuff that came out of her mouth and stuff. She had, like, a personality like her. Maybe not, like,
Yeah.
She didn't look like her or anything like that, but their personalities kind of,
Yeah, just funny. But she seems like really sweet, but it's just all over. Yeah, it's really crazy, though, how Love Island works, because it's on, like, 6 nights a week, and they, like, it's like in real time. Like they turn the episodes around like within 12 hours because they're in Fiji, and then it's not like pre-record. It's not like pre-recorded. It's all of those people on like the island. They're not seeing anything that we're talking about like until the show actually ends. Yeah, because they don't have their phone.
And they're not allowed
not
to have their phones and all that stuff.
And like I said, it's like real time, which is like crazy. But I heard a lot of mixed reviews about this season, but it was just something we had to bring up, and just interesting to see like how reality shows are now like changing, because you have to worry about all these people having what is it, like a carbon footprint, or not like that, but like they have some social media past, and now there's people like making TikToks joking around like, I have said this racial slur in 2014. I have said that is gay. I have, like used the R word. I have used the F word. I have, like, they're like, I was sexist at one point. Like people are like, just so you know, like, so they like put it all out there. Don't cancel me now
because of that. What I said when I was 13 years old.
Exactly. So that is Love Island, and probably won't hear about. I feel like once it ends, it like drops off the face of the earth until next year.
Yeah, until the next season.
Yeah. So next we have Justin Bieber.
The Biebs.
New music by him. So I know while we were on vacation for 4th of July, you were like, oh, I wish we were recording, because he was low-key going off the handles.
He was crazy. He was going crazy, and it hurt my feelings to see him, because
of the
those
Biebs?
of you who don't know, I don't love the Biebs. Well, I do love him, but it's because my daughter, and like I told you, my daughter was a big Justin Bieber fan when she was very young, and I went and saw we had to see his movie. She had Justin Bieber shirts. She had a doll. So I've kind of like followed him since, he on his journey of whatever, of hot messness, because like I feel like when he was like young and cute, and he did when he was a little boy, he was cute, and then the fame got to him and he started going a little cray cray. Remember, he was like peeing on his neighbor's lawn and stuff like that, just things that kids do. And I feel bad because he was a teenager, and like we all did stupid shit when we were teenagers. You know what I mean? Like, it's just he's famous and he was getting in trouble for it. And but then with the whole Haley and Selena thing, and getting married and like that, and then now he has a kid, and when he was going off the handle, I really felt bad for Haley. I think
Mm-hmm.
I really, because I've never felt bad for her before, because in my mind, he belonged with Selena, and I don't know why I was invested, but I was invested. I was like, they
So
should be
you were a
together.
Jelena lover.
Was that what they were called?
Yeah, Jelena.
Okay. So then,
Yeah.
yes, I was. I thought they were so cute together, and he
Yeah.
seemed to really love her. You know what I mean? Like, he
Mm-hmm.
really did. He just, and like, I see clips, I've seen clips on like TikTok of like the way he treats Haley, and I think it's horrible. Like, he
Yeah,
treats her,
it's
and I don't know what their relationship is indoors, but when you see it on social media, you're like, oh,
like the
ma'am.
Vogue
And
cover. That was
yeah,
so,
you
that
know,
was,
and
felt so bad.
yeah, and I mean, just stuff like he looked more in love with SZA when he was all high at her concert singing with her than he looks with his wife. Like, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, the
Mm-hmm.
way he looked at SZA is how he should be looking at him. And I'm not saying that he doesn't, but in public, he doesn't portray that.
Yeah. And even though, like, the public, what is said or what's put out there in the public or on social media is not everything, when you're putting out things that are in a negative light, that's all the public is seeing, and then that's
Right.
all we're assuming is going on. Not that it's right,
Right.
but like you have to, you're a public figure. You have to kind of regulate what goes out there and, how you want to put your
I
wife
feel
on.
like he needs help. Like, I just feel like nobody's, again, it's the whole watching him crash out over like the 4th of July when we took our break, watching him crash out. I was again thought to myself, if he was a woman, he would be in conservatorship.
Yeah,
You
honestly,
know what I
so
mean?
I
Like,
don't think
he
there's anything to
like they
conservatorship though.
like
He sold all his music. He
I
sold
know he
his whole
did.
category, which is crazy because he's not an old artist. Like people do that at the
No.
end of their journey and not for a lot of money. I was even shocked when
Yeah.
Justin Timberlake sold his catalog and it's like Justin Timberlake.
He had like
So
3 albums.
Justin
I
Timberlake?
don't know. Yeah. Like, not
No.
with NSYNC, I'm talking, but he didn't he do only do like 3 albums after he went solo?
I don't know.
Justified, the Sexy Back, and then the Man in the Woods. Wasn't that only 3?
Jess, your guess is as good as mine. I don't know. I just feel like
Okay.
he's so like I don't know. Maybe it's just like a household name, maybe because of NSYNC.
He
I mean,
was,
like
yeah.
I'm a big NSYNC
And
girl, so
oh, say no. I was a Backstreet Boys girl. So.
yeah, NSYNC here. Yeah,
Well,
but
did you see the Backstreet Boys in the Sphere? Real quick side note. Did you see them?
I
Their
didn't.
concert?
I didn't. I did. Yeah,
Like,
one of my
it's
cousins went.
oh my god, I want to go so bad.
I'll go to anything in the
Kevin,
Sphere.
I just yeah,
My
it was
God.
awesome. But they looked like so big, and they were on the screen dancing.
Yeah.
It was awesome. So, yeah. But yeah, but anyways, sorry. Back to the Biebs. I just think that I'm excited for his new music. I feel like it'll be good. I think anything he puts out, I'm gonna be honest. I really like a lot of his music. Even as
Yeah.
he's gotten older, I think it was great that he grew with it. I do feel like he is the reason that he is the way he is. Like, they say he doesn't talk to his mom anymore, which I feel like if you watched the movie, they
Which
were
we
like
most
best
didn't
friends.
probably.
Probably
Oh, really?
not.
Oh
But
yeah,
they were
tell
like best
debrief
friends.
us.
Like,
Okay.
she had him like super young. His dad was hot. I remember that. I was like, oh, his dad is attractive. But his mom raised him with her parents. Like, so he was raised with his mom and grandparents. And they were like best friends, like super close. And so I don't know if it's him getting in trouble. I don't know what happened there, but from what I heard, they don't speak anymore.
That's
I don't
sad.
know. You know what I mean? And I think that
Yeah.
I think that that's probably affecting him a little bit, but I just think he needs a little bit of help. And if he doesn't get it, maybe the album will help him work through, because sometimes they say making music for musicians is like therapeutic, and they can
Yeah.
release all of their issues through that. I really do, because I like I said, I shouldn't like him, but I do like him. Like, I like him, and I think he's great. I think he's super talented. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I do, and I'm sad that he hasn't put anything out in a while, and I'm happy that I hope his album does good. But I want him to be better. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I just want him to get better, because he's got a little baby now. And it's
Yes.
like you're somebody's dad, and you want to be healthy and good for
Yeah.
that child. You know what I mean?
For
And
sure.
and you don't want I don't think anybody wants to raise their child in like a messed up home. You know what I mean? So I don't think he wants that, but I think he needs help. And and I just hope that him and Haley are good. But I'm excited. I heard 2 songs off of his album. They were pretty good. I'm gonna be honest. I don't like Sexy Red. I don't.
Oh,
I don't know
like
how
her
people
either.
feel about her.
No.
But I am not a fan.
Yeah.
I did like the song that she did with Bruno. That was, while it was so dirty, but I really liked the song. I loved it.
You liked that?
I loved it. I don't know why. I think it was because of how dirty it was. I really liked it. But he
That
has
was
a
wild.
song. It was not a Bruno song. I was in love with it. But it was not a Bruno song, but I liked it. But her voice drives me crazy.
Yeah.
And the fact that his song was so good, and then I heard her come on, and I was like, I
yeah.
was like, come on. I know that you have to, I know that they have to do things like that so that they can get
Bring
like
SZA
the
back.
new. I know, right? Do something with her. Like, maybe
Yeah.
he did. I don't know. I'll have to see because I haven't seen his album. You know what I mean?
I only
But
saw
I
a
just
couple.
think that, yeah, I have to listen to it. And I told my daughter, I was like, hey, you know, the Beeps has a new album. And she was like, uh-huh. It's like, we don't love him anymore. And she was like, no. Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
She's outgrown him, but I'm stuck with it. But like I said, I want the best for him. I know that he finally got out of that crappy contract that he had, and that guy owes him like $30 million, or is it the other way around? I know.
I feel like it's the other
somebody
way
owes
around.
somebody $30 million.
I feel like
I think
Justin does.
The Biebs owes.
Yeah,
he
Scooter
owes
Braun.
Scooter $30 million. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I think, honestly, I think that's why he didn't make music. I think Scooter was a bad guy, and
Yeah.
that's why I think Justin kind of refused. I'm gonna be honest, I think it's the same thing with Rihanna. I don't think Rihanna will come out of, will make music until she's out of her Rock Nation contract.
Ooh, interesting theory.
So and that's why I thought we were never gonna get a Justin Bieber album until whatever the contract and all that stuff was done. So now that it's done, I guess he figured he'll put out his music, and I'm happy because I think that makes him happy, and maybe, like I said, maybe we'll see a change in him because his crash out worried me. I was like,
Yeah. I mean, from what I've seen on TikTok, the little clips, the sound bites, it sounds good. You know, like, so
Yeah.
I mean, he's so talented. So yeah, I heard his last album was not great, or there was like a Justified one, or is that what you just said about Justin Timberlake? Maybe it's the same thing.
That was Justin Timberlake.
I mean, it's not hard. I mean, they're both Justin, but
Yeah.
yeah, it sounded good from what I heard on the clips from TikTok. So like I wanted to listen to it while I was working out today, but I listened to the first one, and while it was good, it's not like workout music. So I was like, okay, if I'm gonna do this workout, I gotta like get my music bumping, and that was not what it was giving. But yeah, I'm happy to see this come out of him because maybe, like you said, it's like a therapy session for him. And yeah, I hope it's all good with him and Haley because honestly, I feel like at this point, they got to ride it to the end. The way people just go on and on about Selena and Justin, it's like, you got to just stick by her side.
You got to let it go. They're not together.
They're
both happy in their own relationships. Like
Justice was the album.
Was that what I didn't even know? Okay.
Yeah, Justice from 2021. That was
Did that
apparently
have
not good.
Peaches? Because I liked that song.
I think it was, and I think that might have been
That's the only song that's probably the only song I knew. But
yes, that was on there.
Yes,
But that's
okay.
probably literally the only one that was good.
yeah.
But yeah, I hope that him and Haley are good. Honestly, Haley Bieber is crushing it right now. She just sold her beauty line Rhode for what, $1 billion. She's like a billionaire now. Like, good for her. Like, and you know what? I kind of like that. Even though her last name is Bieber, obviously, because she's married to Justin Bieber. But like, it's like she's not under her dad and her uncle's umbrella anymore because she's a Bieber, and she's like arguably the more successful Bieber right now. You know,
she is right now.
So it's like, go Haley.
Well, that's why I was happy for her. Like I said, when he did his crash out, I was like, maybe she's just stood up for herself, and she was like, "That's enough." You know what I mean? Like maybe she. And when I say stood up for herself, maybe she put her foot down. Like you can't do this anymore. Because like I said, him on stage with SZA, I definitely thought he was like Fenty folding. I thought he was too high to stand up. I was worried about him. Like I was like, why get him off the stage? Like, is there a point where we're like, where somebody needs to step in? You know what I mean? And I don't feel like it. Like I said, I feel like same with Kanye. Like if Britney Spears was in a conservatorship for years. Any woman, Wendy Williams was, any woman that acted like that would have been 5150 and held somewhere in a mental institution. They wouldn't be able to act like this.
Yeah.
And you want people to get the help that they need.
Yeah, and I think especially since he's a new dad, but like I truly hope that him and Haley are all good. Like mom and dad and are all good. Like baby Jack is all good, and I'm sure it is. Like I said, the social media like a lie
Makes things a little bit worse than
yes.
everything.
Yeah, it's like, and people like are so on Haley all the time. They criticize everything they do, and they like again tie it back to Selena, and they're like just so critical of them. And I'm like, just leave them alone. Just leave them alone.
Right.
Let them be first time parents, and like get over it. Leave them alone.
Right.
But
Yep.
the only thing I don't like about the whole like, because everything with Justin Bieber is like, is it like, you're not sure, like, was he high? There were pictures that I saw where he was smoking pot with his like kid in the room, and that's like a big no for me. Like that's a big no. No, you don't do that. Like
Right.
I'm not about that. And that's where I was like, why would Haley allow that? Like absolutely not, so that was the only thing where I was like, oh no, Justin, you're losing me here, like reel it in, like don't be doing that. But other than that, I'm sure it's all good in their household. He just needs to like remember that like he's Justin Bieber, and you can't be putting up, one time I told Haley she was never gonna make it on the cover of Vogue. You cannot say that, like
the way he talked about her was like rough. And I'm like,
you can't say that. And if you said that to her, like, yeah, that's not nice. But again,
yeah, you don't
like,
tell people you say that to her. I mean, there's sometimes we say mean things to our spouse, what I mean, when we're angry or in the heat of the moment. But I would never be like, so I told my husband that.
On a public forum.
No, I would never. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
So, so that was it. That was all I had. But I'm excited about. I'll have to listen to his music.
Same.
Maybe tomorrow while I'm working, I'll put it on and listen.
Yeah.
I did have a side note, something that I didn't bring up, but I don't even know if it's true, but I saw it on Facebook that my original husband, who didn't know that he was going to marry me, and he's not, he didn't.
Yes, Derek Jeter
has signed a deal with Netflix to talk about his whole, career with the Yankees.
Oh my God. Do they have an opening night in Atlanta? Are they going to screen this? Because invite us.
I don't know. They said he just penned it, and I sent it to my brother, and I was like, oh my God. And my brother's like, oh, there you go. He's like, and I was like, I've liked him since I was 14. Anything that he does, I am going to. But they were like a 7-episode series or something.
Ooh.
I will be on the lookout. I will be giving updates as I find out more information about it. One, I probably have to find out if it's true or if it was a Facebook rumor, even though I saw it on Facebook and I saw it somewhere else. So I feel like it could be true.
I mean, I'm sure it's not. I mean, Derek Jeter's very successful, one of the best baseball players, Hall of Fame or whatever. And he's really had no drama. It's not like an A-Rod kind of deal. So I feel like it's a good idea.
It would. And he's Mr. Yankee. I know he's not, but he's he is. He's the captain, and the love of my life. But
anyway,
I love him so much. But anyway, so I'm super excited about that. So I just thought I would let you know. I don't know why something came up. We were talking about something, and it came, and I was like, oh, my boy.
Yeah, for sure.
So that's
I would.
Exciting.
As a Jersey girl, of course, Yankees. I'll watch it too. But did you see my text message where when I was at the Beyonce concert, I was walking in and the security guard was like to everybody, just keep walking, and I was like, okay, we're walking. And then I look to my side and I go to my husband, I go, oh my God, I think that's Lori Harvey. And he was like, who? I'm like, Steve Harvey's daughter, whatever. So I look at her Instagram and nothing, whatever. And an hour later, I look at it again, and it was her. She posted the stage,
the screen.
Yeah. And I was like, oh my God, I knew it. And it's so funny. I was like, I told all my friends.
Usher was there the same night.
Shut up.
No, yeah, I was gonna text you, but I fell asleep.
I'm not gonna lie. Another big reason I went is because I was like, if I don't go, my husband will see somebody famous, and I need to go. And sure enough, he technically did. He just didn't know who she was. But that is our episode. Are you doing anything excited this weekend? We are seeing each other on Thursday. We're doing a little dinner date with one of our other friends.
I'm excited about that.
Me too.
I don't think I'm doing anything. I honestly don't think for like the next couple weeks I'm doing anything exciting.
Yeah.
For
Well, you
the
have
weekend,
like your daughter's about to go
we're
to
prepping
college.
for
Yeah.
my daughter's college. So that's pretty much like what's been going on.
Yeah. Yeah. I am part of a moms club for like part-time and stay at home and part-time working moms, and which I should probably talk about one episode because it's not just like a Georgia or Atlanta thing, it's all over the country. But
Yeah.
we do a mom's night out once a month, and on Wednesday we're doing a cooking class. So yeah, we're gonna do that. And then Sunday's my birthday.
No, I'm so excited.
And I have
What are you
zero
doing for
plan.
it?
Nothing. My husband was like, "Do you want to go on the boat?" But it's probably gonna rain, so I really don't know. And it's like, it's 31, and I thought like 30 was like, ugh. 31 is worse.
Yeah.
I'd rather be 30 again. Like, or to be honest, I'd rather be 32. Like 31, you're like, I don't know. Don't you feel like
You're so
like
funny.
like when you turn
I hate
four?
no, I hated turning my 30s were I would say were probably I hated my 30s. I hated turning 30. I was
Yeah.
devastated, hot mess turning 30.
Really?
Turning 40 was wonderful. Yeah, I
But
loved
don't you
it.
feel
I
like
was like, I couldn't
40?
wait.
But like 40 was good, but then like 41, you're like, eh. And now 42, you're like
Yeah.
42. You know, like I feel like that.
42. Yeah.
Like I feel like maybe it's because like I'm an even number girl. Like the one is like throwing me off. But yeah, 31. You got no plans. But yeah, I went out a lot
We'll have
this
to tell the
weekend.
restaurant that it's your birthday, so that way we can get a
That's
cake.
so sweet.
A little
Thank
happy
you.
birthday song.
So I'm not really doing anything, but I am excited. I went out a lot this past weekend. Like I went to the Beyonce concert, then I went out to dinner with my friends, and then we did the boat day, and I went out to dinner again, and then I'm doing the mom's night out this week, and then I'm going to dinner with you. So it's like I have a lot going on. So I'm honestly, and it's a Sunday, and like Sundays are like, reset chill days.
They're
So, like,
hard. Yeah.
yeah. So honestly, I might just ask my husband, like maybe we'll order Thai food or Greek food. I haven't had Greek food in a long time, and I love this restaurant that's near us. So maybe I'll do that, just like order in something.
Order
I don't know.
in and watch a movie
Yeah.
or something. Watch
Yeah.
that documentary.
Oh yeah, that's exactly what I want to watch on my birthday about murder. Yeah.
Make him watch it with you. Be like, this is what we're watching.
Yeah. Or
Just
maybe
so
I'll
you
get a
know what could
pedicure that
happen.
day. True.
Oh,
Yeah.
that would be nice. Or a massage. You should go get a
Yeah.
massage.
But yeah, that is our episode. Those are our weekends. So we will talk to you next week.
Okay, bye.